Listen, there's no fluff here, no sugarcoating. You're here to level up or you're wasting your time. So let's get this straight. Everything around you, everything you experience, every success, every failure, every single aspect of life, it's all energy. There is no such thing as nothing. The air, the room, your body, your thoughts, your emotions, they're all energy. You're made of it. The people around you are swimming in it. The world is powered by it. If you don't understand this, you're going to remain in the dark, dragging yourself through life with no real control. But here's the deal. Energy is not some vague, abstract concept. It is the very force that shapes your reality. And you need to learn how to harness it. Because without control over your energy, you are nothing more than a leaf floating in the wind. First, understand this: your mind is the gateway. If you don't control your mind, you're done. Period. Your thoughts are the spark that lights your energy. Whatever you focus on, you amplify. Negative thoughts breed negative energy. Wasteful thoughts breed wasted energy. If you're not focused on what you want, you're squandering your power. But thoughts alone won't cut it. You can think about success all day, but if you don't act on it, you're going nowhere. Action is the fuel that powers the engine of your mind. If you're not moving forward with purpose, if you're not making decisions and executing them relentlessly, you're stuck. Here's the thing about energy: it's not created or destroyed. It's only directed. So stop waiting for the universe to give you energy. You already have it. You've got to take responsibility for directing it. You've got to direct it to where you want to go, not where you've been. If you don't, it will go anywhere and you'll stay right where you are. But energy doesn't follow just any direction. Clarity is your compass. The more clear your goals are, the more energy you'll get behind them. Focus and precision turn a weak idea into a powerful one. Without clarity, your energy is scattered. Now, don't get it twisted. Energy is not just a mental game, it's a physical one too. You must protect your space. Your environment will either feed your energy or drain it. The people around you, they're either lifting you up or bringing you down. There's no in between. If you want to command high-level energy, you can't afford to be surrounded by people who have no ambition, no drive, no clarity. You'll be stuck in their vortex of failure. Let's talk about discipline. You want to control energy, you need discipline. You can't just wish for energy or wait for some magical moment. You must consistently channel your energy toward your highest purpose. That's where discipline comes in. Without it, you'll be tossed around by every distraction, every challenge. With it, you'll have the power to bend the universe to your will. And finally, when you control your energy, you control your life. You're not a slave to yo or circumstances. You're not bound by your past. When you own your energy, no one can stop you. No one can take your power because you've taken ownership. Energy is the ultimate form of freedom. And the moment you master it, you'll realize you're unstoppable. So stop wasting time, stop waiting for the perfect moment, and stop looking for excuses. Energy is all you need, and now you know how to control it. So get to work. Energy is everything. Energy is not some abstract concept. It's not just a buzzword or a spiritual platitude. Energy is the foundation of everything you see, feel, and experience. It is the source of power, the driving force behind your actions, and the very reason you're alive right now. Most people spend their lives completely unaware of this fundamental truth. They wander through the world thinking they're powerless, stuck in a loop of mediocrity while all around them energy flows. waiting to be harnessed. But they're blind to it, untrained in how to direct it. They don't understand that everything around you is energy. Every success, every failure, every thought, every emotion. It's all energy in motion. You may not see it, but it's there. The air you breathe, the thoughts you think, the relationships you build, they're all energy. Even your body is a vessel of energy, constantly converting food into fuel, thoughts into actions, and emotions into results. It's no accident that we use the term charged to describe someone full of ambition, or drained to describe someone who's burned out. Your energy is your most precious resource, and if you don't know how to manage it, you're wasting your life. So, let's be clear, energy is everything. If you understand this, you unlock the ability to command your reality. If you don't, you will always remain at the mercy of the forces around you, tossed around like a rag doll in a storm. You can either learn to direct your energy with precision or let it dictate the course of your life. The choice is yours. The first step in mastering energy is understanding that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It is constantly in flux, circulating and transforming in a never-ending cycle. The energy you send out into the world will eventually return to you, whether that energy is positive or negative. If you don't take control of where that energy goes, you'll be at the mercy of whatever happens to come your way. But when you understand that energy is directed, not created, you can shape it to fit your desires. Think about it, you are never powerless. The problem is not that energy is scarce or hard to come by. The problem is that most people don't know how to manage the energy they already have. They don't direct it. They don't amplify it. They don't channel it with purpose. Instead, they let it spill out, wasted on pointless distractions, weak goals, or negative emotions. That's why most people go through life wondering why they never seem to get anywhere. Because their energy, scattered, undirected, and ineffective. But you are not most people. You have the power to take control of your energy. It's in your thoughts, in your actions, in the way you choose to focus your attention. Energy flows where attention goes. If your focus is weak, your energy is weak. If your goals are vague, your energy is dispersed and unfocused. You can't expect to succeed if you're sending out conflicting signals to the universe. This is why clarity is absolutely critical. Without clarity, your energy is diluted. Clear intentions lead to focused energy. A person with clear goals has direction. They are able to move forward with power because their energy is aligned with their purpose. The stronger the intention, the more energy will flow toward achieving it. And don't be mistaken, energy is not just a mental concept. It's physical, it's emotional, it's in everything. And like all forces, it needs to be maintained. Energy requires discipline. If you let your energy run wild, it will consume you. But if you discipline it through consistent action, through mental focus, through rigorous self-control, that energy becomes your servant, not your master. Discipline isn't just about making yourself work hard. It's about learning how to conserve and direct your energy in ways that build momentum. If you waste your energy on things that don't matter, like worrying, complaining, or engaging in pointless distractions, you're only sabotaging yourself. Instead, channel your energy into what matters most. The more you focus, the more you discipline yourself, the more powerful your energy becomes. This doesn't happen overnight, but if you commit yourself to the process of mastering your energy, over time you'll become a force of nature. Remember, everything is energy, and that means your environment is just as important as your inner world. people around you, the places you go, the media you consume, the relationships you engage in, all of these things have a direct impact on the energy you put out. Surround yourself with people who share your vision, who lift you up, and who push you to grow. Energy is contagious. Negative energy is just as contagious as positive energy. So if you want to rise, you have to be selective about who and what you allow into your space. The more you protect your energy, the more you'll find it expanding, growing, and accelerating. You become a magnet for the very things you desire. You stop chasing things and start attracting them. You stop being reactive and start being proactive. You stop wasting time and start executing with precision, but don't mistake this for a passive pursuit. Energy requires action. You can't just sit back and manifest things into your life. You have to get up and do the work. You have to apply that energy toward your goals relentlessly and without hesitation. Energy is activated through decisions and action. That's how you make it real. That's how you turn dreams into reality. And here's the most important part. When you master your energy, you master your life. No one can control you anymore. Not your circumstances, not the economy, not other people. You are the one in charge. When you can control your energy, you have the ability to control everything else. That's the ultimate form of freedom. So stop waiting, stop making excuses. Everything is energy, and now you know how to control it. The power is in your hands. What you do with it is up to you. Master your mind to master your energy. Your mind is your most powerful tool. It's the gateway to everything you want in life. If you can master your mind, you can master your energy. And when you master your energy, you control your reality. If you don't take control of your thoughts, your mind will control you. You'll be at the mercy of your circumstances, your emotions, and your distractions. You will never be in command. You will never unlock your true potential. But if you learn to direct your mind with purpose, you will gain access to the limitless power within you. The truth is, your mind is the filter through which all energy flows. Your thoughts shape the energy you emit into the world. They dictate the frequency you vibrate on. Positive, empowered thoughts create positive, powerful energy. Negative, disempowered thoughts create negative, weak energy. You need to pay attention to your inner dialogue. Every time you catch yourself thinking something negative or self-limiting, you need to interrupt it. You need to make a conscious decision to replace it with something empowering. It's not enough to just try to think positively. You have to become deliberate. You have to cultivate an unshakable belief in your own power. It takes practice, but here's the truth. The more you train your mind to think on purpose, the more energy you will have at your disposal. Why? Because your mind and your energy are linked. The stronger your mental focus, the stronger your energy becomes. When you focus on positive, empowering thoughts, your energy vibrates at a higher frequency. This higher frequency attracts more of the same. You attract the opportunities, people, and situations that align with your mindset. But if your mind is constantly scattered or trapped in negative thought loops, your energy will reflect that. You'll feel tired, defeated, and powerless. You'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of indecision, frustration, and lack of motivation. This is not coincidence. This is the direct result of a mind that's not being actively managed. So, what does it take to master your mind? First, it takes discipline. You have to commit to the practice of controlling your thoughts every single day. Your mind is not a passive entity. It's an active force that needs to be controlled and directed. Just like you wouldn't let a horse run wild without a bridle and reins, you shouldn't let your mind run wild without a plan. You need to create a mental routine, a series of practices that strengthen your focus, build your confidence, and align your energy with your goals. Start with gratitude. Gratitude is the most powerful tool to shift your mind into a positive state. Every day, take time to reflect on what you're grateful for. This practice shifts your mindset from lack to abundance. It turns your energy from negative to positive. The more you practice gratitude, the more your mind will begin to see the world in a positive light. And as a result, your energy will flow toward more positive outcomes. Next, practice visualization. Visualization is a tool used by some of the world's most successful people to condition their mind for success. Picture your goals in vivid detail. Imagine yourself already achieving them. See yourself taking the actions that lead to success. When you visualize your success, your mind begins to believe it's possible, and your energy aligns with that belief. But none of this matters if you don't take action. Your mind must be in alignment with your actions. You can't just think about success, you have to act on it. Every thought needs to be backed up by action. Every decision needs to be followed by execution. If you don't do the work, your mind will start to question whether it's even worth the effort, and your energy will fizzle out. Action fuels energy, and energy fuels action. But you fail? What if things don't go according to plan? That's when you need to fall back on your mental strength. Failure isn't the end, it's just feedback. And when your mind is trained to see every setback as an opportunity to learn and grow, your energy won't be crushed. It will only grow stronger. Remember, mastering your mind means mastering your energy. If you can control your mind, you control your life. No obstacle, no setback, no challenge can take your power away, because your energy is yours to command. So take responsibility for your mind. Don't let it run unchecked. Don't let it sabotage your energy, your potential, or your life. Take control of your thoughts, and you'll take control of your energy. And once you've mastered both, nothing can stop you. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's directed. Here's a truth that shakes the very foundation of how most people think about life. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed and directed. Think about that for a moment. Every single thing around you, every opportunity, every obstacle, every emotion you feel, all of it is energy in one form or another. And that energy, whether it's your mental focus, your physical efforts, or the interactions you have with others, isn't just randomly floating around. It's being directed one way or another. You can't escape this reality. You are constantly influencing the flow of energy. The real question is, are you directing it with purpose, or are you letting it slip through your fingers, wasted on aimless thoughts, distractions, or fear? Because whether you realize it or not, every moment you are either harnessing the energy around you or it's slipping away, draining you of your potential. And the longer you let it run unchecked, the more power you lose. Energy is everywhere. You are surrounded by it. It's in the air, in your body, in the thoughts you think, in the people you interact with, in the actions you take. But here's the catch. Energy doesn't act on its own. It doesn't have a life of its own. It's neutral until you direct it. It's up to you to either harness that energy or let it wander. The direction you choose is the difference between creating massive success and staying stuck in mediocrity. You do not create energy out of thin air. It's not something you conjure out of nothing. The energy you put into the world already exists. It's just waiting to be shaped. And here's where most people get it wrong. They're waiting for energy to come to them, to inspire them, or to magically manifest in their lives. But the truth is far simpler. The energy is already here. You're just not directing it properly. Take a moment to consider how much energy is wasted every day on things that do not matter. Your thoughts, your feelings, your reactions, your time, they're all energy that is either being channeled toward your goals or diverted into unproductive spaces. If your energy is directed toward fear, doubt, and negativity, then that's the kind of energy you'll attract back into your life. It's a vicious cycle. But if your energy is focused on opportunity, solutions, and growth, that's what you'll start to see unfold. Energy as a force doesn't know where it's going unless you tell it. It's like a river that flows in whatever direction you point it. If you don't take control of the flow, it will scatter everywhere, eroding the banks and leaving you with a mess of missed opportunities. But when you direct it, you can carve your path, build your empire, and fuel your dreams. You are the one who decides the direction. This is the real power of understanding energy. When you realize that you aren't waiting for it to appear, you stop being a passive observer of your life. You become the architect of your own future. When you see energy as a tool you can control, your whole perspective shifts. Instead of sitting around waiting for something to spark motivation in you, you realize that you are the spark. Now, you might be asking, how do you direct energy? The answer is simple, through intention. Every action, every thought, every interaction is driven by the intention behind it. If your intention is unclear, your energy will be scattered. You need to be crystal clear about what you want. If your mind is foggy, unsure of your goals, your energy will go in 1,000 different directions and lead nowhere. The most successful people in the world are masters at directing their energy. They don't waste time with distractions. They know where they're going, and their energy follows that path. They use their energy to focus, to act, to persist, and to overcome. They don't let the world determine where their energy goes. They decide. They create momentum through constant focused action. And once that momentum is in motion, it takes on a life of its own. The energy compounds, driving them closer to their goals. And let's be clear here, it's not just about mental focus, it's about everything. Your actions, your relationships, your choices, and your habits. You direct your energy through the decisions you make every day. If you're constantly choosing to stay in comfort, to avoid discomfort, to take the easy way out, you're directing your energy towards stagnation. But if you choose to face your fears, to take risks, to put in the work even when it's tough, you're directing your energy toward growth. One of the most dangerous things you can do is allow your energy to be pulled in different directions by outside forces. If you let the opinions of others, the chaos of the world, or your own fear dictate where your energy goes, you will remain stuck. Energy needs to be harnessed and channeled, and if you're not in control, someone or something else will be. Consider this: every time you get sidetracked by distractions, negative thoughts, or external noise, you're leaking energy. Every moment you spend worrying about things you can't control or obsessing over, things that don't matter, is energy that could have been used to build your future. But here's the good news. You can take that energy back. You can redirect it. You can stop the leaks and start investing your energy in places that will pay you back with results. Remember, energy can't be created and it can't be destroyed. What you do with it, how you choose to direct it, is the difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of extraordinary achievement. The power is in your hands. So take control, direct your energy where it needs to go. You have all the energy you need to create the life you want. The question is, are you going to use it wisely or are you going to let it slip through your fingers? The choice is yours. Clarity is key. If you don't have clarity, you're just wasting your time. Without clarity, your energy has no direction, no purpose, no power. You're walking through life like a ship without a rudder, drifting wherever the wind blows, hoping for something good to happen. But that's not how success works. Clarity is the compass that guides your energy toward your goals. Without it, you're fumbling in the dark, spinning your wheels and making little to no progress. Here's the brutal truth. Clarity isn't optional. It's the foundation of everything you will ever achieve. If you're not clear on where you're going, your energy will scatter and dissipate. You'll chase distractions, waste time on things that don't matter, and stay stuck in confusion. But when you get clear, everything changes. The energy you expend becomes focused, intentional, and purposeful. You stop being at the mercy of life's chaos. You start taking control. Clarity is the starting point. Think about a target. If you don't know exactly where the bullseye is, how can you expect to hit it? You can shoot arrows all day long. But if you're shooting without clear vision, all you're doing is wasting energy. It doesn't matter how hard you work, how much time you spend, or how much effort you put in. Without clarity, all of it will be for nothing. You need to know exactly what you want, why you want it, and most importantly, how you're going to get it. If you're unclear, your actions will lack precision. You'll be like someone throwing darts blindfolded, hoping to hit the mark, but the chances of success are slim to none. Clarity gives you direction. It turns vague ideas into concrete goals. It transforms scattered thoughts into a focused vision, and most importantly, it focuses your energy on what matters. When you know what you want, your actions become aligned with your purpose. Your energy starts to flow with intention. You're no longer wasting it on things that don't matter. Now, here's the kicker. Clarity doesn't just happen by accident. It's something you create. It requires deep thought, reflection, and a willingness to get real with yourself. Most people avoid clarity because it forces them to make decisions. It forces them to define exactly what they want. And sometimes that's uncomfortable. It means letting go of vague goals and abstract ideas. It means saying no to distractions. And that's the hard part. But here's the thing, without clarity, you will never get the results you want. Period. You want more energy, you want more results. Get clear on your goals, that's the key. You must define exactly what you want in crystal clear detail. Don't settle for I want to be successful or I want to get rich. That's vague and useless. You need to be specific. How much money do you want? What kind of success are you talking about? What does your life look like when you achieve it? The more specific you are, the more powerful your energy becomes. When you know exactly where you're going, everything else falls into place. Clarity cuts through confusion. It simplifies everything. It takes the complex and turns it into the straightforward. When you know exactly what you want, the path to get there becomes much clearer. You don't waste time on things that won't get you closer to your goal. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop procrastinating. You stop letting life distract you. Clarity eliminates excuses and creates action. But even more important than being clear about what you want is being clear about what you're willing to do to get it. Clarity demands commitment. If you're not willing to put in the work, then no amount of clarity will matter. You can know exactly what you want, but if you're not willing to make the sacrifices necessary to achieve it, you're just dreaming. Clarity without commitment is useless. Once you get clear, you need to go all in. No more half-hearted efforts, no more dipping your toes in the water. Clarity is the signal to dive in head first. It's the moment you stop questioning whether you're capable, whether you're ready, and just decide to act. Clarity creates momentum. When you know exactly what you're doing and why, your actions become unstoppable. You don't waste time on things that don't align with your vision. You focus your energy and you take massive action toward your goal. But here's the thing most people don't understand. Clarity isn't a one-time event. It's a constant process. As you grow, evolve, and achieve more, your clarity will shift. New goals will emerge. Old goals may no longer fit, and that's okay. The key is to constantly check in with yourself. Be sure your vision is still clear. If your clarity starts to fade, get still, get focused, and get clear again. Clarity is an ongoing process of refinement. Let's talk about something critical here. Clarity is a filter. When you're crystal clear on your vision, you filter out everything that doesn't serve your goals, every distraction, every opportunity, every person who isn't aligned with your mission becomes immediately obvious. Clarity allows you to say no with confidence. You stop saying yes to everything that comes your way, and you start saying yes only to the things that move you closer to your goals. You protect your energy from being wasted. You cannot afford to be vague. You cannot afford to be unclear. If you want results, you need to sharpen your vision like a laser. Clarity is the tool that focuses your energy into a powerful, unstoppable force. If you're unsure, hesitant, or scattered in your thoughts, your energy will be equally weak and unfocused. But when your vision is clear, your energy becomes razor sharp, cutting through obstacles and distractions, driving you straight toward success. The best part? When your clarity is on point, everything else falls into place. Your confidence grows, your focus tightens, your actions align with your goals, and your energy, your energy, starts to flow like a raging river, unstoppable and full of force. Clarity unlocks your power. So ask yourself, what do you want? Get clear. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Clarity is the key to mastering your energy, and mastering your energy is the key to mastering your life. Action trumps thought. Let me make this crystal clear. Thinking is nothing without doing. Action trumps thought every single time. You can sit around, dream big, and plan all day, but if you don't take action, nothing happens. Your thoughts are only the spark. It's your actions that set the fire, and if you don't act, that fire will never light. People love to talk about ideas. They love to theorize, strategize, and conceptualize. It's comfortable, it's easy, and it gives them the illusion of progress. But here's the truth. You can think about success all you want, but if you don't take action, you're getting nowhere. Thinking doesn't create change. Only action does. You could have the most brilliant, groundbreaking ideas, but if you don't take the necessary steps to make those ideas a reality, you're just a dreamer, not a doer. Action is the bridge between intention and reality. Without action, your best ideas will stay trapped in your head, collecting dust, never seeing the light of day. Action forces you to confront reality. It forces you to test your ideas in the real world to see if they hold up. It's the proving ground where theories are either validated or discarded. Here's where people get stuck. They overthink. They get trapped in the loop of analysis paralysis, constantly weighing options, second-guessing decisions, and waiting for the perfect moment. They think more about what could happen than what they will do. They tell themselves, "I'll wait until everything is perfect," but perfection never comes. The perfect moment never arrives. It's a mirage. The only perfect moment is the moment you decide to act. You want results? Take action now. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for all the stars to align. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. If you wait for motivation to hit you like a lightning bolt, you'll be waiting your whole life. But if you start taking action, even small, imperfect action, you'll generate momentum. And momentum is powerful. Once you get moving, things start to happen. The more you act, the more confident you become. The more confident you become, the more you act. It's a cycle that snowballs. Now, I get it, there's fear. Fear of failure, fear of looking foolish, fear of making the wrong decision. But here's the truth, you will never eliminate fear completely. If you're waiting for fear to disappear before you act, you're going to be waiting forever. Fear is part of the process. The key is not to wait for fear to vanish, but to act despite it. Action is the antidote to fear. The more you act, the less control fear has over you. And when you realize that fear is just a feeling, not a barrier, you stop letting it stop you. And here's something else people miss. Perfection is the enemy of progress. People get caught up in trying to get everything just right. But trying to get it perfect only holds you back. The first step might suck. The first try might fail, but guess what? That's part of the process. Every action you take, whether it succeeds or fails, moves you closer to mastery. It sharpens your understanding, refines your strategy, and builds your confidence. If you never act, you'll never grow. Let's talk about results. Results don't care about your thoughts. They care about your actions. You can spend days, weeks, or months thinking about how you're going to make it big. But if you don't do the work, your results will reflect that. Success is a byproduct of action. It's about showing up every single day, doing the work, even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when you'd rather quit. Success is not an event, it's a habit. And that habit is built on consistent action. This is the difference between successful people and dreamers. Successful people don't overthink, they do. They understand that action is the only real way to test their ideas. They know that failure is part of the game. They don't fear failure, they embrace it because failure is just feedback, a signpost showing them how to improve. Every setback, every failure is just another step closer to mastery. They don't get bogged down by fear or doubt. They act, they learn, they adapt, and they keep moving forward. Most people give up too soon because they don't see immediate results. But here's the thing, action compounds. The more you act, the more you learn, the more you grow, and the more you develop the skills necessary to succeed. This is why action always trumps thought, because action brings results, and results fuel your confidence. The more you act, the more you realize you're capable of. The more you act, the more you build your reputation, your track record, and your experience. Action creates momentum, And momentum is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. This isn't just about massive action either. Small action is still action. Don't wait for the perfect plan or the perfect time. Start with what you have. Do what you can. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know the next step. If you keep moving forward, even if it's only a little bit at a time, you'll eventually look back and see how far you've come. The truth is, most people fail because they wait too long to act. They wait for confidence, they wait for permission, they wait for the perfect plan. But they never get started. Action is the antidote to hesitation. Every time you hesitate, you give fear and doubt more power. But when you act, even imperfectly, you take that power back. You gain control. So stop thinking, stop planning, and stop waiting. Start acting. The results you want will only come through consistent, relentless action. Thoughts are important, but without action, they're just thoughts. If you want to change your life, if you want to create something amazing, if you want to be someone extraordinary, it starts with this: act. Energy is contagious. Protect your space. Let's get one thing straight. Energy is contagious. Whether you realize it or not, the energy you bring into a room, into any situation, has a powerful effect on everything and everyone around you. The people you interact with, the spaces you occupy, and even the things you expose yourself to, they all carry energy, and that energy spreads. The moment you walk into a room, your energy radiates out and begins to affect everything in its path. That's the power of energy. It's infectious. Now, let's face the cold truth: not all energy is good energy. There's a reason you've walked into a room and immediately felt tense or uncomfortable. It wasn't just your imagination. That's negative energy at work. Just as you can walk into a room and feel a wave of positivity or excitement, you can also walk into a room and feel an immediate drain, an invisible force that sucks the life out of you. And that drain, that negative energy, will hijack your focus, your motivation, and your productivity if you let it. This is why protecting your energy is not just a good practice, it's essential. You have to safeguard your space, both mentally and physically, from toxic energy. If you don't protect yourself, you'll find yourself constantly battling other people's negativity, frustration, and doubt. And that battle, it drains you. It pulls you off course. It saps your vitality, and before you know it, you're lost in someone else's mess, stuck in their confusion and weighed down by their emotional baggage. Understand this: your energy is a resource. It's the fuel that powers your dreams, your goals, and your purpose. If you let others siphon it away with their negativity, you're left with nothing to fuel your own growth. You cannot afford to let toxic people or environments drain your energy. If you want to succeed, you have to learn to guard your energy fiercely. It starts with awareness. You have to be aware of the energy around you. This means paying attention to how you feel in different environments, with different people, and when you engage in certain activities. Does your energy go up or down? Are you surrounded by people who encourage you, who inspire you to take action, to think bigger? Or are you surrounded by those who complain, criticize, and drag you down with their insecurities? It's crucial to be mindful of these energy exchanges. The more aware you are, the better you can protect yourself from being drained. But awareness alone isn't enough. You need to take action to protect your space. This means setting boundaries. It means learning how to say no to people, places, and activities that suck your energy. You cannot afford to say yes to everything and everyone. You have to be selective about who you let into your life, who you allow to influence your thoughts, and who gets a seat at your table. If someone's energy feels heavy, draining, or toxic, walk away. It's not your job to fix everyone. It's not your job to carry their emotional weight. Your energy is precious. Protect it like a fortress. And it's not just about people. The spaces you occupy also carry energy. The places you work, the environment you live in, the media you consume, all of these things affect your mental and emotional state. If you're constantly exposing yourself to negativity, whether it's through news, social media, or the people you interact with, you're inviting that negative energy into your life. Your environment either supports your growth or drags you down. If your space is cluttered, chaotic, or filled with distractions, your energy will reflect that. Cluttered mind, cluttered life. So what can you do? Clean up your environment, physically and mentally. Get rid of things that don't serve you. Declutter your workspace. Declutter your mind. Surround yourself with things that inspire you, with people who challenge you to grow, with spaces that energize and uplift you. Energy thrives in a clean, focused environment. When you clear away the noise and the distractions, your energy can flow freely, unobstructed. But it's not just about physical space. It's also about mental space. Your thoughts are the strongest influence on your energy. If you're constantly worried, anxious, or negative, your energy will reflect that. You have to control your mind. This means cutting out negative self-talk, silencing the inner critic, and learning to focus on the positive. Focus on solutions, not problems. Focus on what you can control, not what you can't. The more you manage your thoughts, the more you protect your energy from being hijacked by outside forces. Another key element in protecting your energy is taking care of your body. Your body is the vessel that carries your energy. If you neglect it, your energy will suffer. Sleep, nutrition, exercise, and stress management all play critical roles in maintaining your energy. You cannot run on empty. You cannot ignore your physical well-being and expect to have abundant energy. Your body and mind are connected. The healthier you are, pH. Physically, the more resilient you'll be mentally. The more resilient you are mentally, the better you'll be at protecting and directing your energy. But above all, you must protect your focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. The moment you lose your focus, your energy starts leaking out. You can't afford to be constantly pulled in different directions by social media notifications, endless emails, or conversations with people who don't understand your mission. Your focus is where your power lies. And if you're distracted by every shiny object or negative influence around you, you're losing your energy every second. So, protect your space. Guard your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. You only have so much energy to give, and it needs to be channeled toward your highest priorities. Your energy is one of your most valuable assets, and if you don't protect it, no one else will. Be mindful of what you allow into your life. Be conscious of the energy you emit. And take responsibility for the energy you let in. When you guard your space, you'll find your energy multiplying. And with that energy, you can create the life you want. One that's full of purpose, success, and fulfillment. Energy requires discipline. Let's face it, energy is not a free pass. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't flow on demand when you want it. And it certainly won't stay around if you don't take care of it. Energy requires discipline. And without that discipline, it will slip through your fingers. Too many people believe that energy is something that just happens. They think that it's about motivation, or that it's something you can summon up when you need it. But let me tell you, energy doesn't come from motivation. It comes from habits, routines, and most importantly, discipline. Motivation is a fleeting feeling, here 1 minute, gone the next. Discipline is the constant force that channels your energy in the right direction, day after day, no matter how you feel. Think about this. Discipline is the framework that gives your energy structure. Without discipline, your energy will be like a wild river flowing aimlessly in all directions without a destination. But with discipline, you take that raw energy and direct it, just like a dam channels the river to create power. Discipline turns that uncontrolled force into a focused, unstoppable momentum. Every successful person you admire, the entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, or leaders, they all have one thing in common. They've mastered the discipline of managing their energy. And they didn't do it by hoping for inspiration to hit them. They didn't wait for the perfect conditions. They built habits, made choices, and stuck to a routine that allowed their energy to work for them, not against them. Energy without discipline is wasted potential. Think about it. You can have all the energy in the world, but if you're not directing it with precision, if you're not putting it toward productive action, you're throwing it away. And the worst part is that wasted energy compounds over time. The more you let your energy scatter, the more difficult it becomes to rein it back in. You begin to feel drained, disconnected, and stuck. But discipline solves that problem. Discipline turns your energy into action, and action brings results. It's simple. You don't have to wait for a surge of motivation or inspiration to show up. You don't have to wait for the stars to align. You just need to act, even when you don't feel like it. Because when you act, energy follows. Every time you make a decision to do something, every time you take an action, you create momentum, and that momentum fuels your energy for the next task. That's how discipline works. It builds a chain of action that generates power. But here's the catch. Discipline isn't about doing things perfectly. It's about consistency. You don't have to be flawless. You don't have to have all the answers or get everything right. What matters is that you show up again and again, putting in the work, using your energy with intention. It's not the big bursts of energy that matter. It's the daily, consistent effort that moves the needle. It's the commitment to showing up day after day that builds real power. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its ability to create structure. When you set clear boundaries and expectations for yourself, you begin to control where your energy goes. You don't let distractions take you off course. You don't let shiny objects or new ideas pull your focus. You control your energy instead of letting it control you. Imagine if you woke up every day with a clear plan for where your energy would go. You'd know exactly what actions to take, and you'd do them, no hesitation. This is where discipline comes in. It provides the structure to your day. It gives your energy a clear path to follow. Without this structure, energy will be wasted on random, non-productive activities, and you'll feel exhausted, not because you worked hard, but because your energy was misdirected. Discipline in managing your energy also means protecting it. Too often, people waste their energy on things that don't serve them. They engage in mindless activities, or they entertain negative thoughts and distractions. They let people drain their energy with drama, complaints, and negativity. Discipline means saying no to things that do not align with your vision. It means setting boundaries with people who suck your energy dry and making the conscious choice to protect your space, your time, and your mental focus. But discipline isn't just about saying no to others, it's about saying yes to yourself. It's about taking control of your day and making deliberate choices about where you put your time and energy. When you practice discipline, you prioritize what truly matters, what brings you closer to your goals. You stop wasting time on things that don't contribute to your progress, and you give your energy to the actions that move you forward. Let's get one thing straight. Discipline is hard in the beginning. It's uncomfortable. It requires you to push through resistance and force yourself to take action when you don't feel like it. But the rewards of discipline far outweigh the discomfort. Once you start to see the results of your consistent effort, once you start to feel the power of your energy directed toward your goals, it becomes easier. The more you practice discipline, the more automatic it becomes. And once it's automatic, your energy becomes a tool that you wield, not just a force you hope will show up when you need it. Energy is limitless. The only thing that limits you is your ability to channel it. Discipline is the key that unlocks the power of your energy. It's the secret to turning raw potential into tangible results. If you want to achieve anything worth achieving, you must master the discipline of directing your energy consistently, strategically, and with purpose. No excuses. Energy is a force that you control, but only if you have the discipline to use it. Energy is the path to freedom. The greatest lie people tell themselves is that freedom is a destination. They think that freedom is something you reach after you achieve a certain goal, earn a certain amount of money, or hit a certain milestone. But freedom is not a destination. Freedom is a state of energy. And if you want to live a life of true freedom, you must learn to master your energy, because your energy is the key that unlocks your freedom. Freedom is not about being free from work, free from responsibility, or free from the grind. True freedom comes from the power to control your own energy, to choose where it goes, and to direct it toward what matters most. It comes from the ability to channel your energy into your dreams, your goals, and your vision, and not let external forces dictate where your energy is spent. Most people are trapped not by their circumstances, but by how they manage or fail to manage their energy. They let their energy be pulled in every direction by distractions, obligations, and the expectations of others. They wake up every day not with a sense of control over their energy, but with a sense of exhaustion and overwhelm, because they've given their energy away to everyone and everything except themselves. And they wonder why they feel stuck. Freedom begins when you take control of your energy. When you learn to focus your energy on what you want, when you stop letting other people and circumstances dictate how you spend your time and your attention, you unlock a power within you that most people never tap into. Energy is not just something you have, it's something you create, shape, and direct. Think about it. How many times have you felt drained by other people's energy? How many times have you given away your power because you let someone else's negativity, doubt, or fear influence your thoughts and action? The reality is, most people are not free because they are controlled by the energy around them. They are slaves to the opinions of others, to the noise in the world, and to the constant barrage of distractions that keep them from focusing on what matters. That's not freedom. That's a prison of your own making. But you can break free. The moment you realize that you control your energy, that you are the one who decides where it goes and how it flows, you take the first step toward true freedom. Energy is the path to freedom because when you harness it, you stop being at the mercy of life's circumstances and start creating your own reality. When you direct your energy with purpose, when you focus on what truly matters, you are no longer a passive observer of your life. You are the creator. You become unstoppable. Now, here's where most people fail. They don't understand that freedom requires discipline. It's not enough to just want freedom, you have to work for it. And that work begins with how you manage your energy. The energy you direct toward your goals is what will create the freedom you desire. But that means making conscious choices every single day about how you spend your energy. It means saying no to distractions, no to things that drain you, and yes to the actions, habits, and routines that move you closer to your vision. People often mistake freedom for chaos. The idea that if they just let go, if they stop following structure or discipline, they'll be free. But this is a fallacy. Without discipline, without control, your energy will scatter and dissipate. It will be pulled in every direction by the demands of the world, and you'll find yourself overwhelmed and lost. Freedom comes from the power to decide, and that power comes from discipline. So how do you gain control over your energy? It starts with setting clear intentions. You need to know exactly what you want, why you want it, and what it will take to get it. Without a clear vision, your energy will be wasted on things that don't matter. When you are clear about your goals, your energy flows naturally toward them. Your energy has a destination, and every action you take is a step toward that destination. It also means surrounding yourself with the right people. Energy is contagious, and the people you spend time with will either lift you up or drag you down. If you want to be free, you must be willing to protect your space from toxic energy. You don't have time to waste on negative people, energy vampires, or drama. Your energy is your most valuable resource, and you have to guard it fiercely. But it's not just about protecting your energy from others. It's about protecting your energy from yourself. How many times have you allowed negative self-talk, doubts, or fears to take your energy and run with it? How often do you give in to procrastination or allow your thoughts to spiral into confusion? You are your own biggest enemy when it comes to managing your yin. Urji. The moment you take control of your thoughts and direct your energy inward, by focusing on your strengths, your goals, and your purpose, you gain the freedom to act and create. And let's not forget about your body. Your physical energy is just as important as your mental and emotional energy. You can't be free if your body is run down, sick, or weak. Taking care of your body is a form of freedom. It's about fueling yourself with the energy you need to perform at your highest level. When your body is healthy, when your mind is sharp, you become a powerhouse of energy, and that energy becomes your gateway to freedom. Ultimately, energy is the currency of freedom. The more you learn to manage it, protect it, and direct it toward your highest aspirations, the more freedom you will experience. You will no longer be a victim of your circumstances. You will be the creator of your destiny. True freedom comes when you take full responsibility for your energy, when you decide that you will no longer let anyone or anything control it. So ask yourself, how are you using your energy today? Are you using it to build your freedom, or are you letting it slip away on things that don't matter? The path to freedom is simple. Master your energy, and you will master your life. In the end, everything we've discussed boils down to one simple truth. Energy is everything. It's the force that drives us, the fuel that propels us toward our goals, and the source of the freedom we so desperately seek. But energy alone is not enough. It's how we control, direct, and protect our energy that determines the quality of our lives. If you want to break free from the distractions, the negativity, and the external forces that try to pull you off course, you must take control of your energy. Focus it on what matters. Build the discipline to protect it from anything or anyone that tries to drain it. Understand that your energy is your greatest asset, and when used strategically, it will lead you to places most people only dream of. The key to freedom isn't in avoiding work, avoiding responsibility, or waiting for the perfect conditions. True freedom comes from the power to decide where your energy goes and to have the discipline to see it through. It comes from knowing exactly what you want and making intentional, powerful moves every day toward that vision. Energy is the path to freedom, but only if you choose to master it. As you leave here today, remember, you are the creator of your energy. You are the one who decides how it's used. And when you take full control of it, you take full control of your life. The question is, what will you do with your energy? Will you let it slip through your fingers, or will you use it to create the life and freedom you deserve? The choice is yours. Master your energy and you will master your destiny.